What up, Lit G's? It is I, J Smooth from Lit Gaming, and people ask me all the time, what tech do I use to stream with? So I thought I would go ahead and do a video about my stream setup and what all tech and software I use to make things happen. Now, full disclosure, I will have links to all the products in the description, and if you click on any of them and make a purchase, I will get a commission. Just wanted to let y'all know. First off is my laptop. I use an Acer Nitro V15 gaming laptop that is running an Intel i9 processor with 32 gigs of RAM and an NVIDIA GeForce 4060 GPU with 8 gigs of VRAM and a 1 terabyte Gen 4 NVMe SSD with a 15.6-inch Full HD 144 hertz display. It's that Texas accent every time. Now, I have it sitting on top of an Ice Cool gaming laptop cooling pad that has six RGB fans and a backlit LCD screen for controlling how many fans you want to run and for changing the RGB colors that outline the sides and back of the stand. It even has a small removable plastic piece that you can sit your phone in and stand straight up while you stream or game or just sit at your desk. Secondly, is my external monitor, which is a KTC H25B7 24.5-inch 1080p monitor with a 100 hertz refresh rate. I actually got it off Timo of all places, but I will have an Amazon link for it in the description. It does its job very well and it does everything I needed to do. It's not something that I actually game on, I just use it for my second screen so I can run my software, all my apps, and things of that nature. Next is the Ajaz Stream Dock. It has 15 regular plus one long side programmable buttons for hotkey shortcuts. And once I was able to figure out its accompanying desktop app, it is invaluable to the flow of my live streams. It is cheaper than the Stream Deck, and I also got it off Temu. You see where some of this is going? Now, these are the only two items I got off of Temu, but I will also have an Amazon link for this as well. Now, for the mic, I am using the Fifine AM8T dual XLR USB dynamic mic that has its own onboard volume controls as well as programmable RGB lights, and it did come with an arm also. It also has a onboard mute button, which you can see right here on my mic. You can't really see it because it's not lit right now, but it is a mute button right there that you can just tap and mute, so you can mute your mic. But I don't use it because next up, I am using the Fifine SC8 mixer in white, which has three EQ modes, a built in voice changer with 8 different voices, 4 recordable buttons for adding your own custom sounds, and control knobs for your mic volume, aux volume, and the output to headphones volume, and a game chat knob for adding or taking away volume from the game or chat, whichever you want to hear more in your headset. Now, it has made my live streams so much better as far as having all these controls in the middle of my setup. So it is also invaluable to my setup. Now, this is why I don't use the mute button on the mic because the microphone volume button is a tap mute or a press mute. So you can just press it down and it will mute your mic. Now, if you do like me, and you use it for your stream and your game. If you want to mute the mic on the game, because I also have it connected to the PS5 Pro, you would have to press the mute mic button on your controller so you can mute your mic on the console. In addition to if you wanted to mute it from your stream. Now, for the headset, I'm also using the Fifine H9 wired headset, as you really cannot stream outside of your console with all of the equipment I use with the wireless one. Now, I did use a wireless headset before, however, and that was the Sony InZone H5, which is a great headset, but in this case, wired is better. It has a 3.5 millimeter jack as well as USB connectivity. Now, the USB cord that jack can connect to has a dongle that has chat and game volume controls as well as a button to activate its 7.1 virtual surround sound mode, and it sounds great. For like, I think I paid about $40 for this headset. You can't beat it, man. Like for beginner streamers, this is the equipment you need to be using. Now, if you start making some money off of it, you can upgrade to more expensive equipment. But tell you the truth, why? You don't really have to unless you want to. You don't have to though. The SC8 mixer is like I want to say the I got the white one, so it's like $72. And this microphone I want to with the stand because it did come with this arm stand. I think it was like 67, $70. And this headset's like $40. Now I may be rounding up, but once again, there will be links in the description that goes straight to these microphones or straight to these devices, and you can see how much it is on Amazon. Now, enough of all that. To make my workflow a little bit easier and less cluttered, I'm using the INTPW powered 10 gigabit per second USB hub so I can hook everything up to my laptop and not worry about running out of ports. It features 9 ports in all, 5 of which are USB 3.0A ports and 3 USB 3.2C ports, 2 of which are also 45-watt charging ports. It comes in handy and works very well. As for a webcam, I'm using the EMI C950 4K webcam that has better video quality than the built-in camera on the laptop. It works very well and is priced well for beginners. I think it's like $30. So, I'm not using super expensive cameras and stuff like that. The most expensive things that I'm using is the laptop itself and the console, which is the PS5 Pro. Now, as for a capture card, that's kind of pricey as well, but you don't want to get the cheap ones. Now, you can make it work with the cheap ones, but that little cheap, little black and gray capture card that just says 4K HD on it or whatever, it gets really, really hot. And I had issues with it when I first started, but I made it work until I was able to get this. So, as far as my capture card, I am using the AverMedia 4K HDMI capture card, which has made capturing high quality video for my streams a very easy process, and I definitely recommend it for beginners and pro users alike. It's really about what equipment you really want to use, but that's what I'm using. And unless I upgrade my equipment and use more sophisticated equipment, I don't see myself getting another capture card. Now for the big kahuna. I game on a Sony PlayStation 5 Pro with an added disk drive, and I did add a Samsung 980 Pro 2 terabyte SSD with heatsink to the expansion port so I can have a lot of room for my games. Now, I also used an optional 5 terabyte external hard drive on my PS5 Pro as well, but that's for like PS4 games that I don't want to store on the actual console storage, and you can play games for PS4 games straight from that hard drive. So keep that in mind. And last but not least, as for my TV, because I do game on a TV, not a monitor. I use a Hisense 75-inch U7 4K OLED TV with 144 hertz refresh for gaming at higher frame rates on the PS5 or the highest frame rates that the PS5 allows. And oh my God, this is a gorgeous TV. It's funny because I used to talk big crap about Hisense and TCL and a couple of other newer brands. They're not so much new anymore, but they were lower quality in the beginning. And Hisense has really started making some quality TVs. So if you don't have the money to pay $4,000 and $5,000 for a high-end Sony or Samsung or LG, give Hisense a check. Check out Hisense, man. I'm not even lying to you. Great TV for movies. I even have the sound bar that goes with it that has two smaller speakers and a subwoofer, and it works in conjunction with the TV speakers and has made just movies amazing in my man cave. So definitely check out their Hisense 75-inch U7. They also make bigger TVs. Like if you want 100-inch TVs, I think Hisense has a 100-inch TV that's like $1,200, or the price might have went up, but I mean, what you're getting for the price, you can't beat it. None of the bigger other bigger brands can beat it. Now, as far as software, broadcasting software, I tried OBS and I didn't really like it. It was cool or whatever, but even though I'm consider myself a very technical person, um, broadcast streaming is very new to me, and Meld Studio is the software that I settled on. Now, Meld Studio, which has made streaming very easy and fun to use, it is free to use and has a free-ish built-in AI called Spark that allows you to create custom widgets and banners to customize your stream scenes. Now, the AI is free to use with a monthly limit, but there is a $20 a month subscription that you can pay for to have unlimited uses of this Spark AI. I'm not really mad at it because they give this amazing software that they update a lot for free. So I also have a link for that. It is a referral link for me. I don't really get anything out of it, but I mean, why not? It's right there. Or you can just go to mailstudio.com and look it up yourself. But either or, that link will be in the description. Now, if you look at my screen, the banner that goes around that says join the squad that's at the top and the lit gaming at the bottom, that's all made with AI from using Spark. So you can tell it what you want it to make. You can say, hey, make me a Pikachu whatever, or whatever you like, or make me a Star Wars based chat log or whatever, or chat, whatever you want, you can build those custom overlays that bring out your own individual style. So definitely look into Mail Studio. Not to take anything else out from OBS. A lot of people use OBS, but me personally, Meld is the way to go. It allowed me to get into streaming very easily, and I don't see myself using any other software. Now, I do also use TikTok Studio, but the only reason I use that is because TikTok does not. Um, give out stream keys like YouTube and Twitch and other um, websites do. So I had to do that. Now, I do have another video that I'm going to make on how to use the virtual camera in Mail Studio to stream onto TikTok using your own custom overlays and things of that nature. So look out for that coming soon on the channel. It's a very easy tutorial. It shouldn't be more than 2 or 3 minutes because I'm not finna go through all the technical, super duper technical stuff, but I'm gonna give all the information needed so you can use Mail Studio inside of TikTok Studio and use your custom overlays versus whatever is in TikTok Studio. Now, TikTok Studio is pretty good software, but it's has random issues and it's cool or whatever, but I prefer Mail. That's what that is. So if you wanted to know what I use to stream with, there you have it. If you're interested in any of these products, there will be a link in the description. You can click on it and get those products. Like I said, Fifine is changing the game with its line of streaming products. I believe they even have like a bundle that you can get, but I bought all this stuff separately. I had the headset and the headphones, and then a few months later I ended up getting the mixer, which I'm using right now to record this video. The microphone is connected to the mixer and all of that. So with that being said, J Smooth is signing off and reminding you all to shut up and PTFO. Thanks for watching, folks.
Lit Gaming.